What do you do?
I'm a teacher. I'm trying to make it on the PGA Tour. Reservist with the 316th Quartermaster Company.
You are now an undercover agent, and your lies are your life.
Graceland, a new original series, premieres Thursday, June 6th at 10 on USA.
How you doing, guys? Really quickly, I want to tell you guys about something that's going to be going on my channel for the years to come. You see, I've joined an independent network on YouTube called Full Screen, along with a lot of other of my movie reviewer buddies who've also joined as well. Basically, a couple times a month, rather than allowing YouTube to choose some sort of pre-roll or something for you to watch that they think you'd be interested in seeing, I actually get to show you a brief little advertisement for something that I'm actually interested in, and I get to voice over it rather than YouTube doing it for me. This is something that Full Screen has allowed me to do, and some other people who've joined the network as well, and it's pretty cool for me to be able to do that. There's a show coming out soon, Thursday, June 6th on USA Network, 9 p.m. Central. It's called Graceland, and a lot of you guys have asked me if I'm going to ever do television reviews, because it's something that a lot of other reviewers do, and it's something that I am semi-interested in, even though there's so much TV out there and I don't really have that much experience with it. I left an annotation if you guys want to check that out. I am semi-interested in actually watching that show, and that's why I wanted to tell you guys about it, and I've chosen that as a thing that I can tell you guys about. In the future, you'll see me do this maybe a couple times a month. It doesn't mean that I'm a sellout, it just means that I get to choose my own advertisement that I can share with you guys, rather than allowing YouTube to show you something about, I don't know, Mother's Day bras.
My name is Chris Stuckmann. I believe in a balanced, healthy diet, as well as feeding my fish every morning. Each morning I do as many crunches as I can. I can do 25 now. I'm also sure to do as many homoerotic poses as possible that really don't do anything to strengthen my physique. I just like doing it. There is an idea of a Chris Stuckmann, an elusive movie lover who... screw it, let's just review the movie.
Now for my review of American Psycho, I had to dress up, because Patrick Bateman will probably find me and kill me if I'm not in my nicest threads. Yes, American Psycho is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's a film that is so different and original that it's really difficult to really explain this to someone without just showing it to them. In fact, I recently showed it to a friend of mine, and beforehand I was like, how do I set him up for this? What do I say? And there really is only one thing that I think you really should know going into this movie. This is supposed to be a dark comedy. This movie is not meant to be taken 100% seriously, because if you view this as a straight 100% dramatic thriller, you're gonna think everyone sucks at acting, and you're not gonna get it. American Psycho is a movie about a guy named Patrick Bateman. He is the most narcissistic, full of himself businessman you could ever run into. This movie takes place in the late 80s. You get a lot of shots where he's wearing like the old style headphones, listening to Huey Lewis and the News, Phil Collins, Whitney Houston, and he likes to go on long monologues explaining the band's or singer's various intricacies to people right before he kills them, because that's what he likes to do at night. This man's a bloodthirsty serial killer who likes to go around finding random people to take out when the sun goes down. And this new addiction that he has is starting to seep into his everyday life. And the way this film depicts that through Bale's performance and Mary Harron's great direction is so cool to watch. Because as the film starts, you start to get these little subtle hints that some of the things he's doing at night are murderous. If you go into this movie not really knowing much about the plot, you'll like it even more. Because as the movie starts, from scene to scene, you see him get this look on his face as the night draws to a close. In the next scene, he has his sheets at the laundromat and he's trying to get some kind of stain out of it, and you're not exactly sure what that stain is from, but it looks like blood. And as the film progresses, you start to see more and more of his private life at night, and it becomes increasingly more entertaining and hilarious as he tries to keep this secret from everyday people, but you also get a great look and commentary at the narcissism and selfishness of these types of people. Christian Bale in this movie honestly gives an Oscar-worthy performance. His performance in this movie is so friggin' fantastic. There are so many quotable lines in this movie too. There's that great scene where he's got Paul Allen, played very well by Jared Leto, in his apartment, and Paul Allen's like, hey man, why do you got like sections of this style column all over your floor? Do you have like a little dog, like a chow or something? No, Alan. Is that a raincoat? Yes, it is. I'm sorry, you're just not terribly important to me. I have to return some videotapes. Do you like Phil Collins? Let's see Paul Allen's card.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring, the tasteful thickness of it. Oh my God, it even has a watermark.
American Psycho is a movie that is filled with so many great quotes that I can actually use them in everyday life to answer people's questions, and they're like, what are you talking about? And that's because this movie isn't really as well known as I think it should be. It's kind of a cult hit, but the people who love it really spread the love of this movie. Mary Harron's direction has a great crispness to it. She has a great use of focus, and a lot of her angles obscure and imply violence that would have become exploitative if she just showed it. And I really like the way that she handled certain scenes in this movie, because it's very easy as you read this script to think, wow, if this isn't made just right, this is gonna come off really stupid. I mean, Christian Bale running through a hallway butt naked, wearing sneakers, holding a chainsaw, laughing, that could easily come off so bad. But the way that it's acted, written, and directed made everything just right, because it has a great dark comic tone to it. And it's really reflected well in the way the film shows that he's a serial killer at night, but this narcissistic businessman by day. His actions by day are extremely similar to the way he is at night, completely selfish in every way, 100% concerned with only whatever he wants, and his desires must be fulfilled. It's just that at night he's more violent about it, and I really like the way the film portrays that. The use of music and Bateman's long monologues about it was also really great to portray that 80s lifestyle as well. And I love the narration in this movie as well, because narration can a lot of times be used as a crutch, a way for a filmmaker to explain something that they don't really know how to portray visually to the audience, so hey, we'll just have the main character say it through narration. But here the narration in American Psycho is so interesting and so well written that I can't really imagine the movie without it. And it doesn't come off as needless exposition. It really feels like it's required to be there to grow and strengthen the character of Patrick Bateman. Willem Dafoe is also in this movie to kind of provide some extra suspense. He's a detective who's looking for whoever's murdering these various people, and he has a lot of meetings with Patrick Bateman in the movie, and it adds some extra suspense to the movie, and he's of course very good, as Willem Dafoe typically is. Really, all the actors in this movie shine, and the movie looks incredible, and it's written very well, and has a great wit and commentary on the way business people are and narcissistic and selfish people are, but it also has a really great underlying hint of what exactly is fact and fiction in this movie. Is some of this in his head? Is some of it not in his head? I really think the film delves into that very beautifully, and it gives the viewer that needed questioning. Like, you're sitting there like, did I just see that? Is that real? Is that fake? What is going on? Like, it really makes you kind of feel as if you're in the mind of Patrick Bateman, which is a dangerous place to be, but it allows you to observe it from afar and also feel connected to it. It's a really hard film to explain. You really just have to see this movie if you haven't seen it, and I strongly suggest it. American Psycho is one of my favorite movies, and I'm going to give it an A+. So guys, I'll be back with more reviews for my favorite movies very soon. It's a cool way for me to be able to give you guys an idea of the type of films that molded me into the movie reviewer that I am today. And I can't wait to see more films that continue to mold and change my thoughts on film. I look forward to doing that with you guys watching as well. Thanks as always for watching, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.